So what happens to you if you're in a road rage incident? And we know there have been road rage incidents on the streets of Houston, on the highways, out of control. So we brought in Ricky Hernandez, the attorney, to talk about it. Now, Ricky, if we get into a road rage incident, we're not going to be in this car.
Hopefully
but
not.
This is a nice car. So really quick, tell us the law firm you're with.
I'm with J.D. Silva and Associates. We're located in Pearland, Texas, and we work mainly in the Harris County and Brazoria County areas.
Okay, so now when people get into a road rage incident, people automatically believe that if they get into a wreck or they ram someone, their insurance will take care of that. Is that always the case, Ricky?
That is not the case. In many instances, if the person that hit you, for one, of course, doesn't have insurance, which a lot of people in the city do not. But second, you also have people that are driving cars, maybe they're not insured by, they're not covered by that, even though they think they are. And that happens a lot of times, too. That actually happened to me in July. A guy was driving a car covered by his sister's insurance, but because he was not an insured driver on the policy, thank God I had just got the UIM, uninsured motorist coverage, or else I would have been out of pocket.
And of course, a lot of insurance companies are looking for loopholes or ways out of sticky situations like that, especially criminal situations. So if you're involved in a road rage accident, that could lead to a lot of other problems, right?
Absolutely. I mean, especially if you are one of the persons committing the road rage after you were hit, which of course, totally reasonable. You get in a car accident, you're upset, but I'd say the one way to make your car accident experience even worse is to get in some sort of road rage incident and then go spend that night in jail.
Exactly. So if you get into a road rage incident and the cops say, well, let me check your car. Let's go into this nice-ass car, Ricky.
Come on in.
Okay, so if the cops go in here and they say, what is this, Ricky? What is this?
Yeah, that's CBD.
Okay.
But of course,
you may say it's CBD, but it looks like marijuana to me,
right,
and more than the recreational amount in Harris County. So what would happen to you, Ricky?
Well, if it's more than the recreational amount, odds are that you are going to be going to jail. You'll be arrested, especially if it's in plain view like it just was, and the cops didn't have to do anything to get any sort of, consent or anything like that to search. You really just made their job a lot easier by keeping it in the cup holder right there.
Absolutely. And when you're in that rage situation, you're angry. You're not thinking what's inside your car and what could cause more problems for you with law enforcement, right?
Definitely not. I mean, when you're in a rage situation like anything else, right, logical thought process probably just went out the window. So like you just said, keeping illegal substances, some even worse like this, I'd say Adderall is probably one that maybe even our younger students might have, especially if they're buying that, not from a doctor. Odds are that's methamphetamine, and now you just landed yourself in a world of trouble.
Okay. So, Ricky, what if they go back in the car? What the hell is this? But let's pretend it's a real gun.
Absolutely.
And you may be a felon, or you may have other criminal charges, or convictions in your history, and you may be a felon in possession of a firearm. That could be bad news, right?
That would be terrible news if you were a felon in possession of a firearm. But even if you're a non-felon, I think a lot of people don't know that lawful carrying of a firearm in your vehicle, which is perfectly legal in the state of Texas, becomes unlawful as soon as you are committing a crime higher than a Class C misdemeanor, basically a traffic violation. So possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, these are all crimes higher than a Class C misdemeanor. If you're committing that kind of crime and you have a weapon, well, you just got 2 charges instead of 1, so you're going to be paying your lawyer a lot more money.
All right, Ricky Hernandez, we appreciate your time. And the law firm you're really quick?
J.D. Silva and Associates.
All right. I'm going to close this nice car, and maybe I'll use it after the factor. We'll be